Welcome back into the workshop for the... Well, hang on, let's back that up. Welcome back into the shop, because there ain't no work getting done in this shed, this garage. Too much stuff lying around in all sorts of places that they shouldn't be, so I've got to... Today is going to be spent rationalising that a little bit. The wee saw is going out of the shed, or the garage, today or tomorrow, probably today. To be fair, in fact, it might even be still this morning I get rid of that as the train goes past, so you'll get that noise in the background. But that goes out, and I will put it on the back burner just now, and I'll see whether I'm going to keep it or not, and how much work I do on it, therefore. The components for the MFT style of top needs their own little brackets up on the wall there. I was going to stack them on top of the track rail, and I thought, nah. The other day I had to get one of the rails out to use, and of course I had to take stuff off, and I thought, oh, this is not going to be conducive to my inner peace. So I'm going to have to put some brackets in there temporary to keep those on. They're always going up there, just that sitting on top of each other, of other things, yeah, not a good idea. And the rest of it, well, just needs to be... tripping over stuff, just needs to be sorted once all of that starts getting done. I'm seriously thinking about decommissioning this thing entirely, to the point of taking that the vacuum cleaner, the shop vac, out of the garage entirely. That will give me still more space to allocate for, well, other things. Now, let's say that the saw's gone, the stuff's up on the wall there, that's gone. My decision, and I'm still pottering around with the duct work, that would be the next thing on the agenda today, high on the agenda. But the question and discussion that I'm still having with myself, and it becomes a bit of a drama and saga, is which upgrade, if and when I do make an upgrade to the dust collector, chip collector, what do I go with? I can have an argument with myself on this one, and I can't come to a conclusion. Now, at the moment, the pipework is configured roughly how it will be once the extractor gets placed in the wee shed out the back, the wee storage area out the back. So therefore, at that point, the airflow is not in the right configuration for how I'm hooking up the the extractor on the end there. So yeah, so ignore that. Oh no, sorry. Let's think about that. It's hooked up to a configuration which is not ideal, right? So we're not getting the maximum potential that this has at the decision-making point, the miter station, miter saw. At the moment, with that bad configuration and the 1 horsepower motor, I'm getting just under adequate extraction at that point. The box part, the plenum, seems to be working as planned, but the blade part, the extraction, does seem to permit some dust to escape. Darn it. There is going to be a slight redesign of the plenum here, which may help that situation, but the if, buts, maybes and mays doesn't help me at the moment. So let's just say bad configuration, so we're not getting the maximum performance out of this, is almost adequate but not. So therefore, if I replace this outside, sorry for going backwards and forwards, make you seasick. If I put that outside in the proper configuration, in the place it wants to be, I might, just might, get a slight improvement that helps here. So that's one level of decisions, or one perspective. The next choice is to upgrade my current one to almost identical, bit bigger, 2 horsepower motor with, let's just say, twice the capacity, a 1200 cubic foot per minute, as rated in the literature. That almost certainly will see an improvement at this point. I can't guarantee that because being low pressure, high volume, low pressure, it's questionable. It can only, in my mind, be much better, or be better. Or I go with a different version like that one, but with the 3 horsepower motor. It's got twin bags top and bottom on each side, so it's going to have 2300 cubic foot a minute. Yowza, that is not bad. But is it necessary? Is it better? Well, of course it is. It's got more CFM. To make all these improvements even better. Yes, but you can be not necessarily over capacity, but what benefit am I getting if, and there's the question that can't be answered, if I'm almost there now with a 1 horsepower motor and 500 to 600 cubic foot a minute, I then have a choice of the 1200 cubic foot, which almost certainly will make this barely adequate, quite adequate. So then it's already achieving its goal. Adding even further cubic feet of air movement, while logically is the way to go, and not really at a price penalty either, wouldn't that be better? And I'm going, yes, it would be better. There's no question about that. But do I benefit from that? Because if it's already doing its job, doubling it doesn't actually increase its efficiency. It's already doing its job. So, yeah. There is another alternative as well, and I don't even want to entertain that, but it actually goes into the mix of why do we have these systems and then have a cyclonic chip separator, a 2-stage collection or filtration system. And largely it's to protect the filter and extend its service life or service periods or intervals. That's almost entirely what it's for. That it collects the chip prior to it going through the motor and the vanes and what have you, kind of does make sense. But these are designed to have stuff go through them and, survive, hopefully. Not ideal, but there you go. If the filter is there for the sole purpose of filtering the dust out of the collected airstream and filtering the air that comes back into the workshop so we don't breathe it in, yeah, well, have one. But if the filter or bag is not in the workshop, why have the chip collection, cyclonic separator, and an expensive pleated cartridge? That needs probably some protection, preferably. That makes me want to just get the lowest but highest performing system. So I don't need the chip separator, I don't need the pleated cartridge, because that cartridge is outside in another shed, another storage area, enclosed area. So a 1200 cubic foot collector, making this almost certainly work better. 2300 CFM, which would most definitely be even more collection capacity. The answer seems to be obvious, but I don't think, as I say, going to 2300 because it is better than a 1200 seems like a no-brainer. But if I don't gain any actual real-world benefit from it, why do it? Using more power to power up the 3 kilowatt, the 3 horsepower. So I'm actually in a bit of a quandary. Thing is, I can't do any of those until I actually clear out that storage area. So I think that is the sequence, the chronology of what we need to do is to clear out the storage unit, not in the next few days, get this out of the workshop and connect it up to the ducted system, see if there's any discernible improvement here, and if there is, and if it's adequate enough, don't buy anything. If it's close to but could be better, get the new unit that's similar to this. Don't worry about the 3 horsepower version. If it's the 2 horsepower is inadequate, and how would we know unless you bought it, then a 3 would hopefully solve any other deficiencies, which would be collecting chip at that point from the thickness of planer. But it's such a short run, it's only like from that point there, and there'll be a bit of flexi pipe, but from that point there to the actual extractor is only going to be about 2.5 meters. So I don't anticipate much in the way of problems there. Anyway, I've got a couple of other choices that I'll flesh out while I am pottering. But yeah, really what it all comes down to is worry about it when I cross that actual bridge, which is after I get that room cleared out. That was a good solution. Thanks for bringing it up for me. The main thing is today, tidy, shelf, remove saw, think about removing that and going from there. Yeah, that gives me some room to then chew over other ideas. Okay, that's it. Thanks for putting up with my waffly old questions and thought processes, but yeah, there's so many videos out there that touch on this sort of stuff, cover it quite intensely, but not in my workshop. So yeah. And besides which, I don't have anyone to actually counter my arguments and say, no. You don't need the 2300 cubic foot one. That might be too much suck for the amount of duct work that you've got. Imagine this here, and it's straight through into the duct, down the duct and straight into the extractor. Well, is it too much? Matthew Peach actually runs a 2 horsepower motor with no bag, no filter, no separator, and he runs his whole workshop on a 2 horsepower suction, like a chipper collector, and he vents his out directly into a trailer that's got a cover over it that's got some holes poked in it, and that's it. He's out in the country. He can do that. I probably can't do that. Probably get frowned upon. But that was a 2 horsepower motor. That is why I'm thinking, for me, it might be okay, but it's just this one bloody thing here that's got me questioning whether there's enough to, anyway. But it is, the collection otherwise is pretty remarkable, so, yeah. Okay, I've answered my own question. Don't do anything about it just now. Get the other stuff that's more important, more timely done, and, just let it work itself out. Yeah, well, thanks for the suggestion. Rightio, I'm going to go away now. Okay, that's it. See you later now. Bye.